For everybody out there, how old are you, man?
19.
19. How much money did
19.
you make
Yes, sir.
last month? How much money?
Over 4K.
Over
Yes, sir.
$4,000. That is basically a $50,000 a year business at
Yep.
19 years old. I mean,
Yep.
call me crazy. You got to be making more than most of your friends.
Every single one of them. Yep. Yeah.
Another episode of On the Road with the Loan Signing System. Here with signing agent Ryan out in Phoenix, Arizona. What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great, Mark. How are you?
Well, good, bro, because I'm going to
Good.
inspire right this second. You are
Good.
officially the youngest signing agent that I've ever interviewed on one of these episodes, man. I'm so excited. So, for everybody out there, how old are you, man?
19.
19. How much money did
19.
you make
Yes, sir.
last month? How much money?
Over 4K.
Over
Yes, sir.
$4,000. I usually ask people, how does that make you feel when you're saying that? Because, by the way, that is basically a $50,000 a year business at
Yep.
19 years old. I mean,
Yep.
call me crazy. You got to be making more than most of your friends.
Every single one of them. Yep. Yeah. It's like, this is true.
Oh
It's
my
true.
gosh, I'm so excited about sharing your journey. Now, you are the son of the signing agent of the year, Irene Ruda. This is in
Mm-hmm.
2022. But I want to make sure people know that you've built this from day one by yourself. Your mama bear was like, no, you got to go market your business. So you're 19, 18 years old, marketing directly to title companies,
Yeah.
sponsoring real estate agent events. This is going to be epic. I'm so excited, my man.
Thank you. Thank you for
So,
having me.
yeah, what I love about the story is I see Ryan at conference. I got my conference shirt on right here. I see Ryan at conference like, hey, Mark, you got to get me on one of your shows because I'm 19 and I made $4,000. And I said, say what? He's like, yeah, last month in this market, we're in a normalized market. This is September of 2022, and he's making $4,000. I guess students who are 50 years old who are, like who want to be as successful as you at 19. So I'm excited about telling your story. So let's get this bad
Thank
boy
you.
started.
Okay.
Let's start from day one, man. I mean, your mom's in the business. Take us back to kind of your senior year in high school and share with people because, in this interview, Ryan, I want to talk to the 18, 19, 20-year old. A lot
Right.
of times, I kind of speak to different segments of the market, the age
Mm.
gap. And so, but let's speak to an 18-year-old. So like, take us back to high school. You see your mom killing it, crushing it, kind of start your story from there.
Okay. High school, senior year, COVID. COVID I was locked up. We weren't doing anything that wasn't digital. And so I spent a lot of time with my parents. And at the time, my mom had just done her interview, right? And so seeing that was a huge success. She had an article in like one of the realtor magazines. And for me personally, I wanted to just get in. I just wanted to get in. It was I think I told my stepdad, I was like, I don't think a lot of other 18-year-olds currently have a multi-million-dollar business opportunity in the guest room, like in the guest room driving. I'm like, it would be very, very huge missed opportunity if I just didn't do that for myself, just genuinely learn. And I asked her and I was like, hey, Mom, I want to do it. I want to get in. She told me take Mark's course. She wasn't gonna sit me down and do any of the docs. I wasn't expecting that. But I also wasn't expecting, hey, yeah, do the course. And once you're done, come back to me. We'll do a mock signing. If you're ready, you're ready. And so, yeah, that's how it started. It was me just
I love
going in.
Irene so much because she's like, look,
Yeah.
you want in, this is on you, man. Mom's not going to
Yeah.
hold your hand. You got to do it just like I did it, like every other student did it. So you're 18 years old at the time. You get through the course. And so you tell your mom, okay, Mom, I'm ready for the mock signing. So take me what happened after that?
Okay. At the time, my stepdad was also getting started, and we did a buyer document, I believe.
Yeah.
And this was like kind of coming to the end of a refi boom, all that. And I studied the refi document through and through. I was like, no, I have questions on the buyer document. So I go through the document, and as I'm going through, I'm like, okay, I got a question on this page. And then right as I asked the question, she was like, we're not here for answering questions. She's like, I'm not here for answering questions. When you're ready, come back. All right. She's like, you got this. And then she just walked away.
Oh
So I
gosh,
had
the
to go.
story gets even better. She's like, no, I'm not answering any questions. That's hilarious.
The reason why, and she's told me this through and through, she didn't want to be there for when I was learning the situation. After when I'm good, when I do my first signing, if I have any questions there, I call her. Whoever the signing, I'll call her. And when I'm learning though, she didn't want me to get in the habit of, oh, I need to be a reliance on XYZ because they know the answers to X, Y, and Z. Figure it out. And that's helped tremendously throughout
No, man,
the couple of
kudos to
years.
Mama Bear.
I know
Okay,
she's
so let's fast
ruthless.
forward us now. Again, in full transparency here, Mom has a successful signing agent business, right? Has a big
Mhm.
signing service out there in Phoenix, Arizona. I did an interview with her. So, but kind of talk me through the business side of it, right? You're 18 years old. Your mom's making you go to title companies. Your mom's making you go to like real estate agent network events, and you're
Yes.
freaking 18. So
Scary.
let's
Scary.
talk about that. So your mom, so kind of walk me through what mom did, right? Mom's like, you got to go out and get your own business, and you got to bring business in.
Yeah.
And kind of talk me through that because the reason I say that, Ryan, I want to talk to another 18-year-old, 19-year-old, because you're now 19, but you got in the business when you were 18.
Yeah.
And I want to talk to an 18, 19, or 20-year-old, 21
Yeah.
year old about, age is nothing but a number, right? And frankly, if your mom didn't push you out the door, it probably would have been difficult for you to say, okay, I got this. But I want you to kind of walk through that, right? So you're 18, your mom's making you walk into title companies, kind of walk through what your mom had you do so you can go out and get business.
Okay. Yeah. So the first step towards marketing for me was here in Arizona, we got HARUP, Hispanic Association of Real Estate Professionals. And she was a part of the group. And she was like, she was going to take Ray, my stepdad, and they gone once, I believe. And then for the second one, Ray couldn't go. And my mom just didn't want to go by herself. And she was like, Ryan, okay, this is time. This is time. You're set. You're like ready to go. And I'm just here waiting for the confidence. So she's like, hey, I got this signing. It's only like 15 some pages. Are you ready? I'm at that point. And I'm like, no, I'm not ready yet. So she's like, you got to come with me if you're not going to be taking those 15 pages. You got to gain that, come with. I go, and I start meeting people.
You're 18,
18.
right? Again, I'm trying to talk to an 18-year-old. My guess is you're kind of, for lack of a better phrase, scared to death, right? You're like, what are some thoughts going through your mind? Like, are you feeling like people are like there because my mom's babysitting me? People are gonna think I'm there, not gonna take me seriously. Like,
Mark, when I got asked to go to a realtor event in my head, and I hope for the 19, 18, 20 year old, I hope that this kind of resonates. What I imagined a realtor as in my head was way, way different than what they actually are. I was thinking suits. And some of them probably wear suits, but with that image in my head, oh, who brought their kid? Like I was worried. I was very worried, nervous, very, very scared. And I had to, oh my God, before I left, your documents on how to pitch to escrow officers, all mortgage professionals. I was going through each script. Oh, that's what they do. This is how they fit in the industry. And this is who's tied to who answers to who. I was studying heavily, but only because I was going to that marketing event. I was like, I need to know this because if I talk to someone, ask them what they do, I cannot be deer in headlights.
Yeah.
And that was more scary than anything.
So this is beautiful. And I hope other 18, 19, 20-year-olds are inspired by you. And other parents are inspired, because I'm inspired by Mama Irene about just making you figure it out, right? Like, like you said, you went prepared there. I went through the hierarchy of the food chain. I went through the scripts. I learned who works for who. I learned what makes, and again, all this is teachable. And what I want to try to dispel in conversation with you is, it doesn't matter if you're 18 or 75. If you can learn the topics, you can learn how to talk to realtors, you can learn how to talk to escrow officers. And when you're proving it at now 19 years old. So I want people to hear that, because what I think you said so loosely was like, I studied, and that's a big deal. And so, I want to give you your kudos for that, because I don't think a lot of people will take the time to really learn the scripts and learn the hierarchy of who works for who. So you can have an educated conversation even at 18. So let's kind of fast forward into that first meeting, right? You're 18, you're super green. Your mom just kind of threw you to the wolves. In your head, you had a picture of these realtors wearing suits and ties, like 65. And you go there and they're all laid back. Talk about some of your first interactions. So
Ooh,
another 18 or 19-year-old can get inspired, right? So
right.
what were some of your first interactions with these people at the event?
Yeah. Okay. One of the first ones, relationships that still garnered today, like big deal. I met her. She was 24, Riley Allen, and I saw her and I was like, "Hey, you look young. How old are you, girl?" And she's like, "I'm 24. I'm with Fairway Mortgage." And I was like, "Why? What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm a loan officer. I just graduated from Duke." Talk to her and just talk to her. That was one of them.
Oh my gosh, I love this conversation. So what I love you did intentionally or unintentionally is you identified the younger people in the room. So again, I think
Yeah.
that's genius, by the way, because you walk into a networking event. The fact of the matter is you probably have nothing in common with the 55-year-old, but you
Yeah.
probably do with the 24. So you honed in on the younger person at the event and made a connection. Again, I'm trying to talk to the 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old in this video.
Yeah.
And so I think that's genius, by the way. And I'm pointing that out because you could have been nervous and go to a 55-year-old, but like nothing
Yeah.
there, right? But you said, no,
Yeah.
I see someone else young. I love how your opening line was, I'm young. You look young just like me. But what's genius about that, by the way, Ryan, is you probably took her off the defense. She probably was also in.
Yes. Yeah.
She probably felt, oh, I'm only 24. So no, you have a connection. She has a connection, something in common is what I should say. You have a commonality. She has a commonality. You rolling in.
Yeah.
And I hope everyone got that little nugget. So if you're younger and you go to like a networking event, hone in on the younger people there. To your point, not everyone's going to be 50 in a suit and tie. She's 24 doing the same thing you're trying to do, and that's network with older people. But since you're both young, boom. And to this day, you're still getting business from her.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She's awesome.
Man, what a great dude. This is a fire conversation. And again, I think you did some things naturally, which aren't so natural. Like they're really next level, and so I think it's really cool how like you sat back and you're like, okay, who else kind of is my age? Boom. And by the way, you've been to a million of these events. There are always young real estate agents. There are always young loan officers. So you can be 18, 19, 20, 21 and still have someone to connect with because they're not all, older like me, by the way. I'm old. And
no.
But okay, so you talk to her, right? You connect. Kind of how else are you moving the room at 18?
Yeah. Okay. Meet Riley. And what this event was, it was a whole bunch of organizations there to just be sponsored and just booths. So there was everybody under the sun, literally everybody. And so I meet her, and that gave me confidence to kind of, okay, I'm good. I could go talk to people, and she's awesome. So with that confidence, I just went to go help. I literally asked, hey, Refugio, which is the girl we were with. I'm like, hey, do you need anything? And she was like, yeah, no, I'm trying to organize all this. And I just helped her out. It turns out she was kind of leading the whole organization. So that was a relationship that I just made by simply being of service, trying to help a little bit and talk to her about her son, talk to her about how she got started, all that. And now she genuinely she loves talking to me just because she sees me as a friend more than like someone that was trying to talk to her about business. And she's a realtor, so.
Maybe your mama led by example. Maybe I'm a good coach. I don't know, but I'm just so proud of the moves you've done because they're not natural moves. And so the fact they become just so part of who you are as a young businessman is beautiful. And I want everybody to hear that. You can be young, but instead of like trying to talk to everybody in the room, you try to give help to everybody in the room. Hey, what can I do for you? Well, it's funny you ask. Go lift that box. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Literally, yeah.
But you're asking to give value. And now that's how you're creating authentic relationships. So what I love about that, again, is Riley, you went up, try to create a connection with. Once you're done with the Riley, you're like, okay, what else I can do? Because frankly, again, you're not going to have much in common with the 50-year-old, but that doesn't mean you can't be of value at the event. And so you're kind of backdooring connections by being like, hey, do you need help moving that booth? Help moving that chair? What can I do? Can I go in the back and grab some waters, whatever? But because you're asking, now the connection's made. Now you can create that business relationship. And I love that you're saying this because I hope other 18, 19, 20-year-olds are picking up on what you do so naturally gifted. And I'm so proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Because you don't have to be 20, you don't have to be 35 years old to make money in this business, or Be 35 and create real authentic relationships. You can be 19.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, you don't have to be of age to create these relationships. You just don't. You just got to talk to these people.
I love it. Okay.
Genuinely talk.
Yeah. I mean, I hope all 18, 19, 20-year-olds are listening because you're 18 at your first event. Let's fast forward a little bit, right? Because I love this conversation. Again, you're 19 as we speak. Take me through a moment. Again, this is for the 18, 19, 20, 20-year-old. Take me through a moment where you cold marketed, but you actually had to have a conversation with, someone who's twice your age.
Yeah.
Talk about that conversation. And the reason I ask you that as you're formulating your answer is because I think that there's a moniker that an escrow officer, real estate agent, whoever won't take you serious because of your age. So I'm asking you to kind of dispel that to encourage another 18-year-old in the middle of Tennessee, wherever, to go in and walk, because you said that the second thing you're scared of was your age. So walk them through like your interaction. You know what I mean?
Mark, I get there and I have nothing but cakes, of course, everybody. And man, I just walk in and the receptionist is not even there. She's not there. So I'm like, okay, do I wait maybe a minute for her to get here? No, it's the appearance. It's the haircut. I just look young, and that is running through my brain constantly. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to just be waiting here because then they're just gonna think I have something to drop off. Do I ring the doorbell? She comes out of nowhere, so I'm like, thank God. Okay, hey girl, I'm like, hey, I'm with Phoenix Notary Pro, etc. I run through the pitch, and I'm like, hey, I got some, nothing but cakes for you guys. How many people do you have in the office? This could give like 12, I believe. And she's like, oh, we got a perfect amount, 8. And I'm like, oh, someone's getting extra. And someone heard us having a good conversation about nothing related to business. It was just a genuine, hey, I got these gifts. She's happy, grateful. Someone, an escrow officer comes around the corner. Who's that? That was when the cold, open kind of led to a warm opening. Now that escrow officer's like, oh, do they know each other? I'm like, hey, I brought you guys nothing but cake. She's like, oh, perfect. And we just started talking about, oh, why'd you bring them? I know. Oh, I saw you guys just opened a new office, so I wanted to come. Blah blah blah. Here you go. Here's my gift. And then I started going into the pitch a little bit. That drags into that. They were grateful. My image just blew out of the water. It doesn't matter. It didn't matter.
Yeah, you beat me to my question. I was almost dying to be like, did they matter? But I looked at it because again, I think a 19-year-old, like you're literally 19 as we speak. I think another 19-year-old believes that they won't be taken serious if they walk into an escrow office, right? And what you're saying right now is like that's totally untrue. This is a people relationship business, and if you can relate to somebody, age isn't relative. And I say that, but everyone thinks I'm just trying to sell a course, right? But I want a 19-year-old who experiences day in, day out that like, that's the truth. Is there any other stories you can share about how someone twice your age is giving you business because of the relationship you've made walking in cold?
Mark, specifically that situation kind of brought like one of my biggest, successes. With attracting this conversation kind of in the middle of their office, people just kept coming in. Well, we got cakes, et cetera, et cetera. Then I think it was the head of the office. I forgot his title at the time, but he just came in. He was like, "Hey, man, nice to meet you." And I just shook my hand. That getting shown that respect, not knowing who I am, nice to meet you. That taught me personally. That was his first sight on me. He just heard good conversation. That was his first. That's what taught me. I could go and do this again, maybe, and have the confidence that they will respect the fact that I'm walking in there in the first place. They might think, oh, this kid's young, but the fact that I'm walking in with confidence, that just overlaps it. That it doesn't correlate.
Well, what I think is beautiful about that story you shared is the fact that like humans are humans, not relative to age. Right? Like he just said, hello, how are you? Right? Everyone's professional. I think there's this moniker in our hair narrative, even for people who are 50, by the way, students who are 50, thinking like the people across the room or the desk are going to be rude in some shape, way, or form. And it's quite the opposite. They put their pants on one leg at a time, just like us, right? And And it really doesn't matter if you're 19 or you're 75. You can walk in and be a human to a human. They're going to respect you. And the fact that this manager turns around and wants to get to know you, because that's what all people are. People are just people. And I love how you kept sharing right now that you had this narrative that people are going to take you less serious because of your age.
All the time. That constant fear, constant, any signing, any marketing, any, in general, anything that has to do with the business. That's in the back of my head every single time. They are not going to take me serious. But it's when you bring the professionalism that, gets their attention. And then you could get their heart after by trying to help them out, service them in any way possible.
I mean, if you were talking to another 19-year-old right now, which you are, by the way, you just can't see them. They're watching this on YouTube somewhere. So you're talking to another 19-year-old right now. If you could build this business at 19 in the middle of a major metropolitan market, do you think any 19-year-old can build this business?
Mark, I swear, I think every 19-year-old that tries, genuinely, I think every 19-year-old that is even watching this video, they're on the right course. I think they could blow me out the water immediately if they're just turning 19, or if they're 18 right now. Oh my gosh, yes, yeah, no, genuinely. And that gets me, that's a passion of mine. Please beat me, please contact me. Let me know, hey, what can I do? Or ask me, hey, XYZ, and I'll be there for you. And that, yeah, I definitely think everybody that's trying at 19, even if they just try, that's more than someone that's starting at like 30. Everyone that is older than me always tells me every single time, man, I wish I knew about this when I was 25. I'm like, I'm 19. And they're like, oh, I wish I knew about this at 19. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, thank you. I mean, I saw the opportunity, and a lot of kids see the opportunity. You just got to do it. You just got to take it and really go with it. And yeah, you'll win.
What I love about you too is that you're making $4,000 at 19 in this normalized market. There are people out there saying it's slow, and you're like, no, it's not. I'm 19, making a $50,000 a year business in this market in 2022. It's like anyone can build this business with effort. And I love that's what you led with, is like, yes, but you need to have effort. Because I never tell people this business is easy. It is simple, but it's not easy.
No, it's
not. You got to put
easy.
in the work. You got to put in the effort. You might get some no's before you get to the yes. So it's funny. I want to ask this next question, because everyone has a different answer, but you're 19 years old. Why do you love being a signing agent, right? Well, you're 19. Like some people go, like, I can be with my family. I can pick up my kids. You're not there, right? So at 19, what do you love about being a signing agent?
Mark, what I absolutely love, and this is passion, the financial freedom. And like I could go on, and this is what I do. I go on trips. I just go out. I'm currently, like, for the 19-year-olds that do have the privilege of being able to live with their parents for at least a couple more years, take advantage of not only this opportunity to buy the course, have a mentor, like not only that, but get into the business and then go and do stuff that you're able to do without children. I don't have kids. I don't have to necessarily worry about my house payments and et cetera, et cetera. This is for the 19-year-olds. Take advantage of that. Save, invest, go and have fun, and then reinvest in what you learned out there. I went to California for a whole week. None of my friends could do that, Mark. None of my friends could, hey, could I go out for a whole week? They can't do that. I can't invite them. I got to go do it by myself. Like,
they're not on your level yet, man. They're going to get there though. Oh,
Mark, I push for them. And here, I hopefully we could talk about this later. But we go out for trips. The financial freedom. I could take a day off if I want to purely learn how to market a little better, embarrass myself in front of a whole bunch of people, and then go back home, refine it, and then go back again.
I mean, you are so wise beyond your years, man. You said something right there, which I think a lot of grown 40, 45-year-olds don't get. It is, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to embarrass myself, refine it, and then go back at it, right? I think like you're so wise beyond your years, man. It's just an honor to have this conversation with you, because I wish I had your mindset at 19, because by the way, I didn't. Okay, true story. But the fact, like, you understand, like, sometimes you got to fail forward, fail fast. Get the swings out of the way before you can hit the home run. But you said that just so nonchalantly. I'm like, no, you're 19 and you're saying that. So I hope that inspires everybody that, you don't hit 1,000% on every title company you walk in cold. It's a process for you, right?
Yeah.
So I think that was beautiful. And I also want to flip back to something you said earlier is you're 19. You don't have family responsibilities. But I also think, you used the financial freedom as, an opportunity to go on vacations. I would actually flip that on its head a little bit. At 19, you're able to really go all in on your business. That your mom had to still raise you for high school, right? Like she still had a responsibility. So you have options, my point is. So at 19, 20, 21, no kids, it's like, yes, you can take your time and go on vacation, or you can take that time and actually hit the pavement extra hard. Where when you're an adult and have a family, you really don't have that flexibility to do either or. And I feel like you do it both really well. I feel you take advantage of the time to market, learn, and take the time to go out. And I think it's really inspiring.
Who said it? Jose, the panelist. Every signing's a marketing event, and I that just struck in my brain. That's a nugget, by the way.
Yeah. That was Falcon.
Falcons. Oh, Falcon killed it.
Yeah.
Every signing is a marketing event. Every opportunity is a signing event. He said he was in line at Starbucks. Oh, turn around. Hey, yeah, no, I'm probably be a little late to my appointment or to my signing, or however he worded it. What's a signing? Like, what do you do? There you go. When I was out there, you take advantage of the time you're given, but try to make sure it's an investment. Whether it's mental clarity, business opportunity, just general family reconnected. Just try to do it. And you try to find that balance, and it is difficult because I wouldn't say I'm a workaholic, but I stay working, and because I know when I'm 25 with a baby girl, like that's not going to be. I'm not going to have that time. So let's use it right now. Yeah,
you're right. I mean, as you get older, more responsibility, less time to build a business. And so I love you taking advantage of your free time as a young man. And again, I hope everybody's watching this in your age bracket saying, man, if Ryan can build this business, so can I. But what I love is everything you say is so wise beyond your years. It's, embarrass myself, refine, retry. It is effort that builds this business. It is using your time wisely. I mean, dude, you're just dropping fire. I mean,
thanks.
You're so welcome. I mean, look, so let's get to the next part of this conversation because it's so good the first 20 minutes.
Nice.
I always ask every signing agent, what is one tip you would give a young signing agent to help them grow their business?
You'll go in with the nerves. Oh man, I'm young. I look young, because people are probably not necessarily that they're 19, but they look 19. And that could probably, they don't care. They don't care. The signer, the borrower, whoever, they don't care. If you bring the heat, they'll be there to, stay warm with you. Like you're bringing those documents that they have been saving, saving money for the last X amount of years. Like they want to know what's in those documents. They're not worried about who's bringing them in, who's explaining. Like they want to know general information. And if you have that, you're fine.
So the biggest tip that I'm hearing is don't have the narrative that your age is going to hold you back from building this business. Go down that path more, because I think you're right. I think I speak to numerous 18, 19, 20 years old, like, oh, Mark, no one's going to take me serious. But you're saying, what I'm hearing your tip is, don't let age be a factor on why you fail.
Don't let lack of effort or confidence keep you from being successful. Don't let these stigmas, and everyone creates stigmas for themselves, whatever it may be. Don't let that be an issue for you when you're trying to do the job that you've invested so much time into. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. What is the age approximately of one of the older clients that you work with, realtor and or escrow officer?
40. I'd say smack dab 40, probably 50.
Yeah.
Like in that area, probably 45.
So are you telling other 18, 19-year-olds that, this 45-year-old doesn't matter your age as long as you're executing the job correctly?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Do your job very, very, very well. If you're confident that you could do that, don't let anything alter that. Don't let the perspective that you're creating alter that confidence that you had prior to going in. When you're studying, keep that with you. Keep I know this. Keep that with you.
Why do you think age isn't a big deal?
Because I've proved that it's not time and time again. And I've told so many people that are my age, obviously, like of my friends, just do it, man. Like the age is, it's nothing. The way you look is nothing. It's if you know what you're doing.
Mm,
That's what matters. You could be a very, very good signing agent, but like if that confidence is ruining your pitch, if that confidence is ruining your conversation, like with the realtor, or if that conversation is ruining a signing, they don't know that. They don't know that you're the best. You gotta bring it. And the only way to bring it is like doing what you do very well.
if one of the reasons you have lack of confidence is your age,
Mhm.
stop. Like, stop,
Literally,
stop.
don't. It just doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah, no, I
That's
love
how I
it.
think.
Love it. And kind of echo on that or piggyback on that. It's, I tell people that as long as the docs are turned error free, the professional that you're trying to get business from really is irrelevant to what your age is. You get judged on executing your loan documents. How they're executed really isn't totally relevant. Like they don't even need to know that you go over every single piece of paper. All they need to know is you're coming back with the loan doc set and there's no funding conditions. If you can execute that, you will get business from almost anybody.
Talking to a loan officer and et cetera, for the first time they see you, you just want to make sure that whatever you talk to them about, that they could trust you because you are going to be coming back with work that could affect their whole their livelihood. They would, you want to optimize their time,
Right.
as make it as efficient as possible. Their time is expensive.
Right.
You want to get that point across. As you know,
Let me ask you a question. Do you find it beneficial or do you at all actually tell them your age up front? Or do you feel it's
uh,
so irrelevant that it's not even worth bringing up?
irrelevant could alter the way they see the relationship as it was prior to you saying that,
Mm,
and it would make me nervous. It makes me like put it
mhm.
on the, in a different perspective. I'm like, okay, now that they know, what am I gonna do with that? Like,
Right.
are they gonna start asking me questions and they're gonna start seeing me at a different professional level? I don't bring it up unless they ask, how many kids you got? I'm like, oh, I don't got kids.
Yeah.
Oh, how old are you? That's how it always,
Got
that's how
it.
they figure it out.
But what I just heard is as long as you can talk to talk, they're never going to really inquire about the age, because if
Yeah,
there's a certain, they believe a certain maturity comes with a certain age. So as long as you can
yeah,
come off as that mature person, then you're good to go. I mean, obviously you come off as way older than you are, which is beautiful, but by coaching another 18, 19, 20-year old, it's really trying to teach them, look, talk the talk, walk the walk. You keep going back to this word confident. Have confidence, and age will never come up in conversation.
literally, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, look, if there's any advice on how to approach a mortgage professional as a younger signing agent, is there any tips or tricks you give them right now?
Be genuine in your approach to want to learn about them. When you talk to them, try to build a relationship with that person. We're younger. We don't, before I started, I never heard of a refinance, or I didn't know what interest necessarily meant for, in general. I'm like, I had to learn these things while studying them to present them to people. I don't want to do that with someone's life. Like when I ask, oh, how are the kids? I don't know nothing about that. I'm not going to talk about that. So until I know
Oh,
about that,
that's
I'll bring
so
it up.
good. Okay, so wow, this is great. So what I just heard in there is when you say be authentic and genuine, it's like, while you don't want to give away your age, you still want to say things that are really relevant to the both parties. So if you're not
Yeah.
like, how are your kids? Well, I don't have any kids, so I'm not going to ask that question. So
Yeah.
I'm going to stay authentic, but still yet be professional and knowing what I know of the mortgage industry. So you try to stay relative to what's relative to a 19-year-old without coming off like a 19-year-old.
And when I say be genuine or be true, I'm talking about be true to who you are. You may not have kids. You may not have your own house. You may whatever. You don't know about what they've gone through as an adult, and you'll get there. But until then, keep the commonality, the most common denominator at something that you could elaborate on, maybe.
Right, right. And
Yeah.
and the good thing you can elaborate on is, to your point, like the mortgage documents, the real estate
Mhm.
industry, because you should be deep into the real estate industry and the mortgage industry. So if you just keep it kind of focused on things that everyone at the table, person across from you has a conversation about, Wow. Let's wrap up into the last question I always ask in these conversations. And by the way, you're like so wise beyond your years. I hope all the 18, 19, 20-year-olds watching are inspired by you, man. So with that being said, what is something you were scared about this business as an 18-year-old when you first got into it? Now looking back, you're like, wow, I shouldn't have been scared about that at all. So what was that moment? Kind of walk an 18, 19-year-old through what was some of your concerns.
My most major concern was that they wouldn't take me as a professional in the industry, period, just because I was young.
Were you concerned that when you went to a borrower's or buyer's house, knock, 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 an 18-year-old opens up the door and you're signing $1 million loan? Was one of your concerns like that borrower wasn't going to take you serious?
Yeah, that was almost every single time for the first 5 months, every day.
Okay.
I would knock on the door.
And that seems like a legitimate concern as a young signing agent. So my question to you is, how did you overcome that? How did you work through that? I mean, because now you're really old at 19. So, talk through an 18-year-old, how you work through that and how now you get a 65-year-old to take you serious when you walking in there with a $1.5 million mortgage.
The way I got over it was the fact that on my very first signing, the dude was 75 and he opens the door. I'm like, oh, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous, of course, obviously. And it's the first signing in general. I'm sweating. And he says, honey, the young man from title is here to help us. And so he's like, listen, come follow me. And that statement is what I keep in my head almost every single time that I get nervous knocking on a door to a seller or to a buyer, or someone refinance or whatever. They see me as someone that can service them. And even if they don't, when they open the door, I'm going to make sure that they know I can do that for them.
God, that's good. Yeah. So when you open the door, I love that really stuck with you. When you realize that what that did was validate all the training and skills that you took to get here. And so you got to make sure that every single time you go in there, you think to yourself, I deserve to be here. I put a lot of studying and effort into this moment. So I heard an 18-year-old who really validates himself by all the training and experience and mock signings you've done. So it's really helping an 18, 19-year-old get over this imposter syndrome. It doesn't have to do with your age. It has to do with how serious you take your training, how serious you take your ability. And you took that all serious because Mama Irene made you take it serious. So to all the 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds, just take your studying serious, believe in yourself that you deserve to be there. And I love how that one sentence by that gentleman really validated, he's right. I do believe here. I am a service provider. I should be here. Wow, that's crazy deep. I love that, and so I hope, and even if you're 40 and you have imposter syndrome, you fell back on all the training to allow you to have that confidence. So it wasn't a false confidence. It's no, like you said, they know that I'm here to provide them service and I believe in myself and to provide them that service.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. So let's go to the other side of that coin, right?
Yeah.
You stated that you were nervous that no one's going to take you serious. Were you as nervous as going marketing direct that they weren't going to take you serious? And then how did you overcome that?
Yeah, I was probably more nervous, because there was no guarantee. In a signing, I have the guarantee that I have the docs and I know what's in the documents. I have the guarantee of knowing I could pitch that to them. And even if they think of me as a certain way or etc., this will help me get through it. Marketing, totally different story. There is no guarantee other than the donuts you got or the nothing bun cakes you got. There's no guarantee.
How did you overcome this imposter syndrome or whatever word I'm looking for? Be like, I'm 19. I deserve to be standing in this title office and I deserve your business.
Yeah. What I run through my head when I do go into cold, marketing, you just have to think, I've worked to put myself in the situation. That in itself is valid enough for me to talk to this person. That gives you a little bit of confidence. Shake their hand, smile. It's a compounding interest of your confidence. And so you kind of just have to build that. And however that is, whatever that is for you, you just figure it out and then use it. And for me personally, it was It was just me kind of being a people person. I'm like, hey, what's up? I know that works best. So I use that. If it's a good pitch that you've curated, use that. If it's the cupcakes you bring in that's homemade or something, use that. Just find something and build on it.
Well, what I love about that statement is, it goes back to your earlier statement of embarrass yourself, refine, do it again.
Oh,
And so
God,
what you're
yeah.
trying to coach and teach, I guess, is you got to keep doing something until you kind of find what makes you comfortable and then recycle it. Right?
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to reuse. I used to reuse the same 4 or 5 jokes in every single signing. Yeah, I always knew it was going to get laughs, right? And so, but it's the same thing with the marketing pitch. And what I also love that you said is it's about validating that I deserve to be here. You keep telling yourself that, which is like beautiful, man. And it's because I think that goes across age lines. It's like, you know how much freaking work you've put in to get to this point, and you will be darned if you forget that. When all my friends
it's a
are out there,
disservice.
yeah, you deserve this, right? While all your friends are out there doing whatever 18-year-olds do, I'm so old I even forget. You're in there studying, right? You're in there figuring out how to hone your craft. And so it's not forgetting all this time and effort you've put into your business. And I think everyone can take value from that, not just an 18, 19, 20-year-old.
Yeah.
But I think the younger signing agent definitely has more imposter syndrome than an older one because there's just less life experience there.
Yeah.
But if you just, what I love about you is you take your training as if it was life experience. And I want every other 18, 19, 20-year-old to hear that. Just because you haven't lived 20 years of life at 40, adult life is what I should say, it doesn't mean that it invalidates the 50 hours of training that you put in, watching all the scripts, all the marketing videos, and you deserve to be in that room, and you deserve to have an opportunity to serve them. And again, Ryan, you're so much more wiser than your years, man. And I hope everyone gets some value from that, because I think people forget how much time they've put to get somewhere. They get there and they just draw a blank, right? You get there and you're like, dude, it took me 50 hours to get prepared for this one conversation.
Yeah. Yes.
I deserve to be here. And
Literally.
beautiful, beautiful summary, bro. Look, you are my youngest person I have brought on one of these on the road. So congratulations. What I love about Ryan's mindset that I hope everybody hears is, before we start hitting record, he goes, okay, Mark, I'm the youngest person on here. I want to be the youngest person to 6 figures. How old is that person? And so that's the mindset of a successful person. You're setting goals, high goals, and you keep trying to reach it, right? So I said, look, you got to get to 6 figures before you turn 22. And Ryan said, game on. And so, that is the mindset. And now getting to know you better through this conversation, I'm not surprised. That's one of the first things we talked about. Is like, okay, Mark, what is my next goal? I got on here as the youngest person on the road. I need to know the next goal of, who's the youngest success story that you have. And so it's just this constant just pushing. And like I said, a lot of respect for Irene. She raised a good son, man. Entrepreneurial son. It's something I have a lot of bias towards. But man, congratulations on success. 19 with a $50,000 a year business. That's what four times 12 is 48,000. Your run rate is $50,000 a year. So I want to get you in that 5 Clay Club next year, so you can get that pin on your lanyard, so you can rock that. I am 19. Maybe just get you a 10K pin. Let's shoot for the stars.
No, yeah, that's happening. That's happening.
And let's get you on there. I'm so excited for you. On the way out of this interview, is there anything that you want to say to inspire a young signing agent? Say there's a young LSSer who's 20 years old, who's feeling discouraged. Man, no one takes me serious. There's no way I can build this business. I'm only 20. I'm only 19. What are some words of encouragement and wisdom you can leave on the way out of this episode?
You're on the right path, even thinking, can I do it in this market? No one's with all the talk, not a lot of people are necessarily thinking, is this the right move? Should I get into the business, or should I sustain the business? At 19, 20 here right now, especially for the people that are a little, at the entry gate, like, okay, do I invest in myself to buy this course? That you're on the right track. I would use that, and then genuinely just keep going with it. It's like thinking about investing in yourself is so much more valuable than you could possibly imagine. With the question in mind, go for it, man. Just keep going. Just keep going, and ask for genuine critiques, and then utilize that. What I was doing I did almost at every signing. I'd ask, hey, how can I, is there anything you wanted to go over real quick? And then if they were like, oh yeah, can I see that one document? Use it. You go back to that document and then remember, okay, I need to go over that more clearly next time. Obviously, if you're marketing, do that as well. That's what I do in marketing all the time. I go literally embarrass myself a lot, but I refine it, and now it's easier and easier and easier for the 19-year-old starting, man. Just start, just do it. Why not? You could, or 18, you could beat me, man. You could beat me. 18 interview, that'd be awesome.
Honestly, dude, you are so wise beyond your years. Embarrass yourself, refine it, repeat. To me, the biggest theme throughout this entire conversation is give yourself more credit. You do not sell yourself short. You do not sell your effort short. You don't sell your investment and time short. Like, you're constantly validating yourself, and that's what's pushing you to make more steps. You're letting momentum create momentum. And the way you do that is you give yourself credit for every step. If you give yourself credit for every step, you celebrate those wins, you celebrate those moments, and you do. And I don't know how you learned this at such a young age, but I think anybody watching this should be inspired. Like, you've embarrassed yourself and you've refined it. If you're 19, give yourself credit for being here. Give yourself credit for being an entrepreneur. That's the theme I'm hearing from you. And it's really like, don't sell yourself and your effort and what you've done short. Don't take anything you've done, anything less than being amazing. So, speaking of amazing, bro, you're amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Mark. Yeah, I mean, it's accumulation of my dad, all my parents, you, everyone. It's the mindset. Sticking around people that have the mindset that you want to adopt is, oh my God, that's beyond important. Yeah. And utilizing it. Oh my God. Yeah. So no, thank you.
It's scary to me to think where you're going to be at 25. Like,
it scares me too, man.
You're going to be so big, successful. And so my advice to you, bro, is don't stop. Keep the pedal to the metal. Keep your head down. Take advantage of your youth. Take advantage of your mindset. Don't ever stop learning. Always keep growing. Cool?
Listen, that's the motto, man. Thank you.
Let's go, baby. Grateful. All right. I'll see you in conference next year. Till then, man, I appreciate you. Let's go. I'm out of here. Bye.